Once upon a time, there was a forest where only animals lived and no human ever entered. Although they were all different from each other, all the animals lived in peace. They all have different characteristics. For example, the monkey was the naughty one, the chipmunk was the wuss, the lion was the brave, and the gazelle was the fast, the turtle was the slow, the fox was the cheeky one, and the bees were hard-working one. The only one that no animal in the forest could get along with was the arrogant crow. The crow did not like to share his food. Sometimes he even stole food of other animals and flew away. All the animals were talking about this selfish crow and that he needed to be taught a lesson. Being the cheekiest and the smartest ones, the fox made the first comment. You guys leave it up to me. I will do a trick on that selfish crow and he would able to be arrogant evermore. One day the crow went to the city to look for food and he returned to the forest with a big chunk of cheese in his mouth and rested on a branch. Watching from afar, the fox decided to make a move to take the cheese out of the crow's mouth. The fox came next to the tree on which the crow was resting. At that moment, the crow was picking on the trees and he put on the branch. Hi there, my friend. What is that you're eating? I have never seen something like that. Grab. They call it cheese. The human is dead. I'm curious about its taste. Would you share some with me? No way. Do you know how hard I had to fly to get the cheese? So one day I will share my food with you. And why would I care about your filthy food? This cheese is very special. You can find it anytime you want. Whatever he said to the fox could not convince the crow to share his food. The fox was smart, but the crow was just as smart. So this time the fox made another plan. Okay, have your cheese. I don't want it. But at least let me come next to you and have a look at this very special cheese that you don't want to share. When the fox started to grab the tree, the crow took the cheese in the panic and flew to another branch. This time, the fox went under the other tree where the crow was, but the crow had no intention to share his food. The fox gave it a little thought and came up with another plan. What are the most important flaws on the crow? He's self-conscious and arrogant. Maybe I should take advantage of this to get that fruit from him. Hey, my friend, do you know where I really came down here? To prevent losing the cheese in his mouth, he asked with only his big word. I have heard that you have the most beautiful voice in the forest. Apparently, when you sing, all the animals sing get memorized. When the crow heard it, he flapped his feather and started to look very sore himself. Sing me a song so I can hear the magnificent voice of yours and tell about this to my friends. The fox finally found the crow's weakest point. Finally, when the laughing crow opened his mouth, the cheese in his mouth fell down, and of course the fox was right here to catch it. The crow was stunned, motionless. Oh, look at his precious cheese just fell into my mouth, and man, it is good. Due to his arrogance and self-consciousness, the crow lost his food to the fox. So, my friend, what did we learn? You should not think of yourself much bigger than you are actually. You shouldn't have everything you hear. You shouldn't go around saying I'm the best. And don't forget there are always greater minds. After finishing his work, the fox walked away and went down lost in the deep forest. From that day, The crow gave up being arrogant and selfish. He's always had good relations with all the other animals and always shared his food.